Hello, I'm Caspian200. I'm known as Samwise on Steam, and I'm going to be teaching you some of the basics of the SpaceBuild2 game mode for Garry's Mod. Now, if you don't know what SpaceBuild2 is, it's obviously a game mode for Garry's Mod, which basically enables artificial environments and atmospheres, climates, stuff like that, to allow you to build in space, really. There are special maps for Space Build where you've got planets. I got two of them here, Gooniverse and Forlorn. I prefer Gooniverse because it's less laggy. And they basically consist of different planets with atmospheres and climates, and if you go outside of an atmosphere, Space Build assumes that you're in space, and so it turns off gravity, oxygen, all that, and you will suffocate without life support. Speaking of which, I recommend getting the life support mod for this. It's made by the same people who made Space Build, so it's trustworthy. We're going to go ahead and load up a game here. Now, the reason I'm using SpaceBuild2 is because I can't seem to get SpaceBuild3 to work right. I downloaded everything it said to download for SpaceBuild3, and when I went outside of an atmosphere, nothing happened. There wasn't anti-gravity. I just fell. So, yeah, I don't know what that's about. I just decided to downgrade to SpaceBuild2 because it works. Anyway, in this first video, I'm gonna try to explain coolant, or no, not coolant. Yeah, energy and coolant. I gotta pull up my. There we go. Sorry, my recording software minimized and I wasn't able to keep track of time. I'm just going to explain how to gather energy and coolant, and that'll probably be it for this video because I'm already more than 2 minutes into the video. About 180 seconds. Well, maybe I should have started this video on the map with it already loaded. It always seems to take longer to load when I have it in windowed mode on a lower resolution. That makes absolutely no sense to me. But oh well. There we go. Alright. Where am I? Okay, try not to look up at the sky. Alright. Now, energy and coolant are probably the two most important things when it comes to life support. Well, before I get started, let me just show you what happens if I go out into space. I've got no clip off right now. You see I'm kind of drifting, and down at the bottom of the screen I've got temperature, air, coolant, and there's actually supposed to be energy there, but I guess since I'm using a lower resolution it doesn't show. If I go back in the atmosphere, it goes off. You notice they start at 5%. That's just, I guess that's like if you're holding your breath or something. Anyway, we're going to make a small fusion reactor. So if I go to the menu here, go to the life support tab, click on generators, and choose fusion generator. Put it right there. Now I want to add something to store the energy, so I'm going to go to storage devices. I'm going to choose large energy cell and put it right there. Make sure allow welding to world is checked. Make sure it's checked for all these. Yeah. Alright. Right there. And I'll add a large coolant tank right there. I'll also need something to generate coolant, so back in the generators I'll choose coolant compressors and I'll add 2 of them. I don't think I need to be no clipping like that. Well, maybe I do. Alright, now what we want to do is link all of this together. So we want coolant to be pumped in here, and then we want to put it in our reactor. We want that to generate electricity and put it in here. So to do that, we take the link tool. Now, first thing we want to do, I want to point out my settings here. The only thing I really made different was the width. I put it on 0 because I don't like seeing all the weird wires hanging everywhere. So I'll link that to that. Now if I were to turn this on, energy would be pumped in here, but nothing would be if I were to try to turn these on. So it goes right back off because there's no energy. So we need to link those to our storage. Alternatively, you can link them directly to the generator, but that's not very good practice. I've never done that. Well, I have once by accident, but yeah, I don't recommend it. I'll link the coolant compressors to the coolant tank, and then the tank to the reactor. So it's all linked together. Now I can just turn on, whoop, where am I? Walk up to it, get this tooltip off here. Walk up to it and hit the E key to turn it on. It starts smoking because there's no coolant, but now that there's energy we can just, yeah, it starts beeping too, letting you know that it's overheating. Now that we've got energy, we can just turn one of those on. I don't know if that's drowning me out, but so now we've got a working fusion reactor. As you can see, it's gathering energy pretty quickly. The maximum storage for these energy cells, a single energy cell is 50,000, and I think the maximum for a coolant tank is 12,000. So that's it for this video. I'm almost at the 10-minute mark, so I'll go ahead and stop it. In the next video, I'm going to talk about air. You heard me.